Hey everyone, this is Zypha here, welcome back or welcome to my channel if you are new around here. So it has come to my attention that there are 11 other leaked images which I didn't cover last video. And so that's why I'm making this one today to, I guess, hopefully inform those of you who haven't seen them yet and just to make a general update because I don't want it to look like I've forgotten these images or just left them out. Now, I am aware that these images did apparently drop around the 17th or 18th of May, which is when I filmed my first video. I just happened to have not seen these and they completely went over my head. Apparently, these were floating around on Twitter, though I never saw them. Then again, I don't really go on that shithole of an app half the time, so I mean, it's no surprise, but these were mainly, I think, stemming from the DVD Leaks Discord server, which I didn't even know existed either, so I had to join that in order to get these images. So obviously credit does go to DVD Leaks for these images. But yeah, I am recording this on the 23rd, so I am a few days late. I do apologize for that. Obviously, some of you guys will have seen these a few days ago, and the PTB does actually drop today, meaning that many of you that are on PC will have already been on and tested the new killer and played on the new map. So 4 of these leaked images aren't really so secretive anymore, but I'm going to show them anyways. I'll just make sure to speed through those ones a bit quicker than the others, so I'm not kind of boring anybody who has played the PTB. But for those of you who are like me and are on console and do not have access to the PTB, then this video is for you. But yeah, for those of you who do have access to the PTB, let me know your thoughts about it down in the comments. I'd be interested to know. So yeah, first and foremost, we have this image here, which appears to be of the new hooks on the new map. As you can see, you've got this kind of blobby mass all over the hooks with the tech, like the kind of metal and stuff fused in there as well, which is really cool. And those kind of bluey green wires or veins running through it, which is kind of gruesome. But yeah, I really like the fusion of metal and flesh there. I think that's very cool, obviously, for the whole cyborg concept. And we do have a bit of the map in the background as well. I didn't mention this last video, but this is clearly on some other planet because you can see that from all of the aquatic looking plants and the strange looking environment just from the color scheme. You can kind of tell that this isn't on Earth, which I don't know how I didn't pick up on that last time, but I just thought I'd make note of that here. We then have this random snapshot here of somewhere in the main building, I'd assume, which seems to show some kind of obstacle or pillar in the middle of the building, which is again covered by this slimy, veiny substance. There isn't really too much to say for this image, except it's got that same gruesome mass covering whatever object that is. So yeah, for this next image, we have a picture of what appears to be some kind of, I don't know if that's a taser or a fucking nail gun on the table. You'd have to let me know about that one. I think it's a taser, but I can't really tell. We then have a computer behind it, and then next to it we have, I think it's one of those sleeping pods that they have on spaceships. So what it looks like here is that there's some guy who either tried to break out of there and died in the process, or he was asleep inside of this pod and the singularity must have like broken in there and killed him. I'm guessing this is one of 𝓢𝓸𝓬𝓲𝓪𝓵𝓼's crewmates, though I could be wrong on that. Let me know what you guys think. And then for this last image here regarding the map, we have the new exit gates, which look very, very cool, I have to say. You've got this whole kind of cyberpunk vibe going on, which I really like. This mix of pipes and wires, and then I think there's also glass there as well, because I think you can sort of see some kind of blue glow coming from behind the exit gate. So I'm assuming there's glass implemented into that as well, which is really nice. And above the exit gate, we obviously have some kind of like vines or roots that are growing over, which is really nice. It kind of gives that vibe of, even though there's technology here, nature was here first and it's kind of claiming back its space. I probably spent way more time on those 4 images than I promised, but you know, I wanted to add some annotation, obviously, otherwise it would be boring. But anyways, next up we have 2 images which are apparently referencing future crossover collections that Dead by Daylight's going to be having. So first and foremost, we have this one which says Slipknot. As you can see, it says collection below, and so I assume it'll be a bunch of outfits. I highly doubt that they'd have a music crossover because I feel like that would be very difficult with like copyright and all that, but pretty interesting. If you are a heavy metal fan and you like Slipknot, I can imagine this is pretty exciting news. I personally could care less because I don't listen to Slipknot. Maybe I should. I don't know. But yeah, so we're going to be getting that apparently. And then also there's going to be apparently an Iron Maiden crossover. Again, I'm just assuming that it's going to be cosmetic because I can't imagine what else it would be unless they do actually add unique music for the cosmetics. We'll have to see. Again, for you guys that like Iron Maiden, hopefully you guys are excited to hear about that. Now, moving on, we're going to get into some leaked cosmetics. So firstly, we have this image here which shows some kind of teddy bear outfit, which I believe will be for the Trapper, just based on the weapon we're seeing here, which I think is his kind of damaged looking machete. I don't know what this bear is called, but I believe it's a reference to one of Behaviour's other games. It's going to be for the Trapper, like I say, which is a bit of a letdown. I think a lot of people were expecting this to be for the Legion because they did, after all, get the bunny mascot outfits for Silent Hill. So I thought that would have made the most sense, but you know, whatever. I mean, I just personally don't like Trapper a whole lot just because he's very weak to play and not a whole lot of fun, but I'll probably get this outfit anyway just because it looks very cool, very menacing. I also heard that this outfit will have a unique Mori, so that's interesting. Looking forward to seeing what that will be like. Next, we have this image which shows a leaked cosmetic for Oni, which we'll be getting eventually, and this looks absolutely awesome. We've got this kind of disheveled outfit which has loads of loose bits of fabric hanging off of it, I guess. This is obviously very Japanese styled, and I think there's a bunch of other outfits as well that will probably get released in a collection with this. Really love this. I'll most definitely be buying this when this releases because it looks so cool. I like that they implemented melting candles on the Oni's head as like replacement for horns. I thought that was really creative, and his hair doesn't seem to be as manic and all over the place with this one. It's kind of more drifting in one direction rather than just blowing all over the place, though I don't know what that's going to look like obviously when it's actually released. This is just an illustration, and yeah, he's got a really nice looking katana there as well, which appears to be completely soaked in blood. Jesus. Then we have this one here, which I think will be for either Susie or Julie from the Legion, and it's again in this kind of Japanese style. I don't know what you call this kind of outfit. I'd have to let you know whilst I'm editing this if I can be asked looking it up, but very nice once again. I might buy it. I don't know. We'll have to see. And then we have this one here, which will be for Yui, and you can clearly see if you look a bit closer, she has those round kawaii glasses and the haircut and everything. I think she's wearing some kind of fishnets of those, and maybe even a choker. I can't really tell. I don't really care too much for this outfit as much because I don't play Yui for one thing, and second of all, it just screams weeb material. So yeah, this one I'm not too sure about. I probably won't get this one, but not bad by any means. There's also some more leaked store cosmetics which I forgot to mention whilst recording, and I believe these are community designed, though I could be wrong. First and foremost, we have this one for Yunjin, which looks pretty good. We then have this one for, I assume, Vittorio. And then we have this one here for the twins, which looks pretty trashy. Obviously, no offense to whoever drew these, but, you know, just thought I'd point those ones out. And then finally, we have this screenshot here, which apparently leaks a bit more info about Nicolas Cage and his backstory. So it does say Cage will play himself in the game and will take the role of the survivor. We already know this from the teaser, but apparently according to the official blurb, it says, after countless awards and over 100 movies shot across the globe, Nicolas Cage has seen it all and done it all. Or so he thought. While on set filming the role of a lifetime, his performance summoned the entity, a malevolent being of incomprehensible power. The actor soon found himself cast in otherworldly fog, forced to survive a host of terrifying killers deadlier than even the most scathing film critic. Yeah, so that's all we've really got besides the teaser for Nicolas Cage. I am still a bit confused about the whole thing, though I have heard from other people that they aren't adding him for no reason. I mean, apparently Nicolas Cage has acted in many different horror movies, and that's a main reason that they're adding him. And something else I also heard, which I don't know how accurate this is that Nicolas Cage's son actually plays Dead by Daylight. So another reason for them adding him was just to be kind of a nice gesture, I suppose. When the kid goes on the game, he'll be able to see his dad in the game and be able to play as him as a survivor, which I think is quite a wholesome thing. I don't know how accurate that is once again, but thought that would be worth noting. That's all I have for leaks today, guys. Sorry once again that I'm late to covering these because these were dropped 5 or 6 days ago, and I know a lot of you probably don't give a shit anymore because you've already seen these. One little thing I do want to add before we end the video out is I do want to kind of elaborate a bit further off of the killer's power that I said last video. Now, obviously, the actual killer has dropped in PTB form, and I could just look up his actual power. That would make the most sense, but I don't want to spoil it for myself this time, like I've done with every other chapter since I started playing. I actually want to wait until the live release, so I'm not going to do that. Let's just pretend I'm recording this before the PTB. I think what the power is going to do now is, I don't think when he projects blobs at survivors, I don't think it will injure them. What I think will happen is it will will reveal the survivor's aura, or it will cause killer instinct until they obviously remove the blob from their back. But as for the actual ability, I feel like what the blobs will be for is that the killer will be able to project them around the map. And I'm assuming in the same way that you can switch between killers as the twins, you know, when you go into a dormant state and then you come out of a dormant state. I think what will happen is the Singularity will be able to phase into this kind of viewing mode where it can switch between the different projectiles around the map and kind of spy on the survivors through them, almost like CCTV cameras, and then teleport to them and manifest immediately out of these projectiles and then attack. So I think that's what the ability is going to be for. And it actually makes sense because after I reviewed the trailer, 𝓢𝓸𝓬𝓲𝓪𝓵𝓼 Sommer does actually say that the Singularity was built as a way to protect the new society that they were building on this planet. And I'm assuming what they built it for was just to kind of project these cameras around, which could obviously act as a form of security, but then turned against all the humans and decided to use the cameras as a way to hunt down its prey. And I think that's so cool. So yeah, it seems like we're going to be having a teleporting killer who can view cameras, which is very intriguing stuff. But yeah, that's all I have to say for this video, guys. If you enjoyed, be sure to smash a like down below to let me know and to let the algorithm know this video should be recommended to more people. Also, be sure to subscribe if you haven't done so already, as it would be very much appreciated. And don't forget to hit the bell icon next to it so you never miss a single video I post. I am trying to get to 500 subs, so if you guys can help me get there, that would be greatly appreciated. Once again, let me know your thoughts on any of these leaks, and obviously if you have access to the PTB, let me know your thoughts on that as well. Thank you all so much for your time today, and I shall catch you all in the next video. Goodbye.